Ice water check, coffee check, cigarettes check, weed check. Sorry, I had to do a quick inventory for the stream. All my stream supplies are present. Present stream supplies, check. I'm so happy 'cause today I found my friends in my head. Good morning, loathful optimist. Sweet shirt, thanks. It is a pretty awesome shirt. What you eat for breakfast? Nothing. I don't typically eat breakfast until I've been up for like 2 or 3 hours. It's a recipe for me to feel gross if I eat before then. Oh shit, you're on PTO? Very nice. Very nice. Enjoy that shit. There's nothing that feels better than, you know, being on PTO, sitting at home with your feet kicked up and knowing that you're fucking accruing hours. It's awesome. So my most successful stream last night, 318 views. Very cool, very cool. And just keep slapping it. Keep slapping it. You hit like a certain threshold and they start tossing you out more, you know. Of course. Of course, as soon as I set up out here, there's gonna be a fucking weed whacker. Once again, 8 a.m. weed whacker. Every day, too. Because there's 28 lawns. So every day. Every day, 8 a.m. weed whacker. Whack. As fuck. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Ni hao. Ni hao dai la. I'm going to keep hitting it until I get monetization and use that monetization to invest in the channel. Hopefully, maybe what the boys do. Cool. Good morning. Get a fucking broom. Get a fucking broom, kid. Man, I fucking hope against hope. Wish against wish. Pray against prayer that Gavin Newsom, Daddy Gavin, goes through with his plan to ban small gasoline engines in the state. Oh my God, it'll be a beautiful day. I'm gonna celebrate. Oh, I'm gonna do backflips. Paul, do you drink caffeine in the morning? Yes, but not a lot. Just a little coffee. Having a cup of coffee today. I used to be a caffeine freak, bro. I used to drink like an enormous amount of caffeine every day. Enormous. I worked for Starbucks for 8 years and drinks are free. Let's just put it that way. Drinks are free when you're on duty and when you're off duty, let's be real. I don't know how much caffeine I took, milligram wise. Oh yeah, especially in a little shit neighborhood like this. Everybody thinks that their house is like some sort of little palace and they've got to have this perfect little yard out front, and it's just Like they give up the serenity of their neighborhood for having Bermuda grass out in their front lawn, and they hire people to do it for them. That's almost guaranteed not a homeowner doing that. It's not in an HOA, though. If it was in an HOA, I honestly would probably benefit from that because I wouldn't be paying any more. It would just be rolled into my rent. And there would probably be rules about what time of day you could start doing fucking yard work and on what days you were allowed to have loud ass fucking shit. They'll do that in HOAs. So in a twist of fate, an HOA for me as a renter who doesn't give a fuck would probably benefit me. Barely anyone hangs out in their yard porch anyway. Yeah, I do though. I hang out in my yard porch all the time. I take advantage of the little tiny slice of pseudo nature that I have, and I do it all the time. And I swear to fucking God, every day I get up, get out here by like 7:30, 8. By like 8:10, somebody's out there with a fucking leaf blower. But there needs to be like common courtesy ordinances where, like, you know, loud small gas engine lawn work doesn't start until 10 a.m. at the earliest. So you're not like waking up and first thing in the morning, you're just listening to somebody screeching fucking bullshit, you know? But nobody gives a fuck, so. Why do they start so early? Probably because they got 900 lawns to do today. I'm gonna guess that. I'm gonna guess that's the case. They've got something like 950 lawns. You'd probably hate to have me as a neighbor, not gonna lie. What are you, just like Mr. like, I'm out in my lawn every day blazing a fucking screaming leaf blower because I'm too good to grab a broom type of guy? Either you're a man or a lesbian in that outfit. Dude, I'm a man lesbian. Oh yeah. People are just, I was talking about it last night. How like the cultural difference between the West and the East, and how the cult of individualism in the West is so strong, right? That people cannot help but to comment on the way that you look, the way that you dress, the way that you speak, the way that you act, your eyes, your nose, your face, your beard, your mouth, the shape of your head, your hair, how you doing your hair? Did you get a haircut? It's like people are just obsessed with simple choices that people make. Obsessed. Where are you based? California. Mm-hmm. 20th century of the South. from Virginia. Thank God I'm a country boy. Put the piddle and the diddle and the whittle in the middle. Thank God I'm a country boy. England? Wow. Chip, chip, cheerio. Top cities in the world. Top cities anywhere in the world. I mean, it's probably just going to be a lot of capital cities. I mean, if we're talking like you want me to narrow it down to what are the 3 coolest cities in the world, I'm gonna name them right now. Okay, in no particular order: New York City, Los Angeles, and Beijing. Yep, Fresno, Bakersfield, Modesto, Los Baños, Merced, and Lemoore. Guangzhou, Wushu, Guangzhou, Ren. Hanoi. Yeah, Hanoi. It's a fiddle in the piddle and the diddle in the middle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Hog jowls? Nah. Nah, bro. Seoul, yeah. I bet it's a cool city. I don't think it's top 3, though. I think my top 3 is pretty solid, bro. It's like a very fatty bacon. Very fatty bacon with little hairs on it. That's fucking disgusting. Thank you for grossing me right the fuck out this morning. You carnivores never fail to impress me in your ability to make me disgusted. Yes. LA dunks on San Francisco. Absolutely dunks. Pickled pig feet. Hog maw. LA is the propaganda arm of DC. Maybe so. I'm really just talking about it for being. No, it's okay. No, it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I'm just saying that it's fucking gross. Eating fatty fucking pig face with hairs on it. It's not. That is not. That's fucking gross. You ever worry about micronutrient bioavailability on a veg diet? No. Paul, would you rather roommate with Matt Walsh in hell or live in Bakersfield? Roommate. Okay. So do we have, okay, I have to ask some questions. Do we have like a 2-bedroom apartment that we share in hell? So he's got his space, I've got my space, or are we like sharing a studio with bunk beds, right? That is going to affect my decision here. Same bed? Bakersfield. Bakersfield. Yeah, dude, if we ain't got our own space within the little apartment in hell, where I could like shut my door and not have to see Matt Walsh and hear Matt Walsh, if I ain't got that, then Bakersfield. If I could get a 2-bedroom apartment down there in hell, where we have a common areas and then personal areas, I might consider. But that's a tough decision, though, dude. I don't make that decision lightly, dude. Bakersfield is hell on earth. It's got to be the worst fucking place on the planet. It has to be. It's the worst place in California. And there are some real shitholes in California, okay? And Bakersfield tip-tops them. Worse than Bastrop? Well, I ain't never been to Bastrop. But, yeah, I'd rather live in Bastrop, honestly. Like, I've never been through Bastrop, but sight unseen, I'd rather do Bastrop. What's bad about Bakersfield? Name something. Just name anything about a city in general. Just name something that you would want in a city, and I'll tell you what's bad about Bakersfield. Just name them off. Crime, high. And constant. How's the water? Shitty. Thanks for asking. Yeah, shitty water. The people, stupid as fuck. Stupid as fuck. Housing, garbage. Garbage, trash, tract housing, and shitty 1990s apartment complexes and strip malls. How's the meth? Cooked. Are the police friendly? No. The police are shit. The music? Okay. You know what? I will be honest with you. Bakersfield has got a pretty decent, half-decent underground band / music scene. Food? Garbage. Tourist spots? None. Racial divide? Typical. Bar scene? There are bars. Dirty needles in your foot? Probable. Weather? Blazing hot for about 9 months a year, and then bitter cold for about 3. Took a 12-hour-long train ride from LA to San Francisco in the middle of the night, and the sheer bad aura passing through Bakersfield woke me up. Yes. Yes, dude. Public transit? No. Nah. My ex was from there. Yeah. Oh. A lot of people's exes are from Bakersfield. My ex's ex was from Bakersfield. My ex, my most recent ex, had an ex from Bakersfield. Let that fucking sink in. On a scale of 1 to 10, how freaky are you? Are you talking like in the sheets? 3? I got a little spice to me, but I'm not like one of these fucking theater performance artists where I got to be hanging from a ceiling fan with a fucking, sealed jar on my dick and a spiked bat in my ass or whatever, That's your shit. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying. I don't need all of the fucking rigmarole, Sex itself, to me, is enough rigmarole, There's enough rigmarole going on in that act without the costumes and the backflips, bro. I was joking, bruv. Oh, well, I wasn't. Ain't no shame in my game. I'll answer any question. I think that's why people like watching me, bro. Unless it's just like a stupid fucking retarded question, but 1 to 10 being a strict nun. So 1's a nun, 10 is TJ, a 3. I'm about right. I'm about a 3 or a 4, somewhere in there, maybe a 4. Hey Paul, I'm super stoked to get my Blu-ray. The hype is real, just for me though. Yeah, no, I mean, Scotty sent me a picture yesterday of the last big shipments that are going out to the fulfillment. So I know we've, like, I think a quarter of them have gone out, and then the other 3/4 are heading to fulfillment right now. So it shouldn't be long, man. I always get Bakersfield confused with Barstow somehow. Is that reasonable? It's Barstow. Yeah, Barstow is in California. It's not a whole lot like Bakersfield. Like Barstow is a smaller place and probably a nicer place to live, honestly. If I'm being real with you, not that it's a great place to live. No, there is a Barstow in Nevada, but it's on the way to Nevada, is what you're talking about. So it's a desert town. But I would probably live in Barstow way before I lived in Bakersfield. Yeah, there's a lot of like shit towns that are basically right on the 99 corridor that goes right up the dead center of California through the valley. There's Merced, Chowchilla, Madera, that was where I was born, Fresno. Then heading that way, there's like, I don't know, there's a billion fucking needles. Yeah. Oh, Needle, you're talking about actual Needles. There is a town called Needles, California. It's pretty shitty too. We were somewhere around Barstow on the edge of the desert when the drugs started to take hold. Are you happy with how your life turned out? Yeah. And I don't know if you know me or not. I don't know if you're like new around here or whatever, but I've had a wild fucking life, bro. I have seen and done some wild shit. Some wild shit. I've told my girl about your last mod who blocked half of the chat. Huh? You told your girl about my mod? Bro, I bet she was fucking enthralled with that. I bet you blew her socks off at that story, bro. This guy I watch on YouTube, he has a mod, and that mod bans people. Oh my god, that's so interesting. Can you like tell me more? Yeah. That's like the most interesting thing that you've ever talked about with me. Could you like tell me more about that? Crybaby? Wow. I wish I could do that opening. Wow, cry baby, cry baby. That's a good ass song. Morning, Paul. All is well. Thanks for streaming on my drive home from work. Much love. Yeah. Cry, 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 baby. Hayden, Ohio. It's currently currently work at Papa John's, and we get orders from Hayden, Alabama all the time. It makes me laugh at the dummies in the South don't get their pizza. That's so sad. Poor Hayden, Alabama. Poor dumb, stupid ass, backwards ass Hayden, Alabamites, man. I was about to take a monster dab and I scroll right into this. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Stay on your best behavior. Phoebes has to go to work. There's still some killers watching, okay? Paul, have you ever written a screenplay? I'm writing my first right now for a music video. I have not. I use a pocket watch like a sophisticated gent. Okay. Hey, man. Good for you. Congratulations. Using a pocket watch in 2024 is crazy. I mean, honestly, wearing a watch in 2024 is kind of crazy. It's not a smartwatch. Dude, some of those smartwatches are cool. I hate Apple watches, by the way, but like the Samsung Galaxy watch or whatever. I was watching somebody like demoing the shit that it can do, and that watch is pretty fucking cool. So excited for the debate, dude. I feel like you are going to be so disappointed by the end of it. And I'm sorry to tell you that, but my call on the debate is that it is going to be boring and pointless, and there's going to be very little interest in it at all. Yeah, we're covering the debate today. I think the debate's supposed to go live at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. So I think we're going to go live an hour before, at least an hour before the debate starts. So yeah, 3 p.m. I want to say, 3 p.m. Pacific. You can figure out your own time zone. I don't know what Kamala is going to do. I have a feeling it's just going to be boring. There's going to be very few little barbs exchanged. It's going to be very boring, very rote. Nothing is going to come of it. And everybody's going to feel sad that they were cucked out of what they believed was going to be an epic debate. Now, I may be wrong. Dude, I may be fucking 180 wrong. This may be an explosive debate, okay? And it very well might, change the face of this race. Do you think Kamala is going to use her crying voice? What's her crying voice? I don't know what that is. Disney Plus will stream it. Everybody's gonna. Every political streamer is gonna be streaming it today. I will be one of them. I will be doing the best of those streams. What's up, Paul? I love your appearances on the Onion Nugget show. Hey, thanks, Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar? Like the drug lord? I thought you were dead, Mr. Escobar. She sounds like she's going to break down into tears when she's passionate. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to listen out for the voice. Thought the last debate, which feels like an eternity ago for some reason, would be boring, but it turned out to be unintentionally entertaining. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, there's a chance, but I'm just warning you. My political instincts tell me that this is going to be a real snooze fest. A real snooze fest. It's gonna be boring. That's why you should watch Onion Nuggets. That's why you should watch the Onion Nuggets coverage. Well, what do you think about the 5G conspiracy that it's bad for you? Stupid. People are stupid. People will create a conspiracy theory around anything that they don't fully understand. What if Kamala just focused on the nunt? Yeah, if she was like, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't come here to talk policy. I didn't come here to talk about the past, okay? I came here to talk about the fact that this man has got a whole ass shaved vagina on his neck. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. No. Let me, I'm speaking, sir. I'm speaking. You need to cover that up. That's inappropriate. You've got a whole pussy on your neck. It's not a pussy. It's not a pussy. It's not a pussy. Oh, it's a pussy, sir. Trust me. Add cackle. Yeah. Young woman programmed the Apollo moon mission manually on a tape-driven, ancient, old fucking 60s computer, yeah. You look like Lebowski and his fat friend combined. Well, I will tell you this, man. I am a little bit Jeff Lebowski and a little bit Walter and a little bit Donnie, okay? That's the secret sauce, is the skosh of Donnie that's sprinkled in there. Girls can be nerds too. Yeah, absolutely. Where's the Donnie happen? Sometimes I'm a little slow on the uptake. Like people will be talking about something and then I'm kind of credulous. I am the walrus. I'll get stuck on things sometimes, you know, and just be repeating things. I'm the walrus. Donnie, you piece of shit. V.I. Lenin. Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov. You're out of your element. Did you see Richard Dawkins and Piers Morgan interview? It was quite interesting. I did not. We're gonna get some hearts out in chat. No, I'm not even gonna try anymore, dude. The skibbities ain't falling for it no more. Somebody spread the word to them that people were doing that shit, and now they fucking hold back the hearts. I have to come up with another way of doing it. Got to get creative. The skibbities have adapted to that tactic, okay? Well, this chat is woe-begotten today, though. I will tell you that. It's not like the worst chat I've ever seen, but it is goddamn close, man. It is real bad today. Super duper bad. How big was the X-Files in the 90s? Way too big. I'm still annoyed by that show and people talking about it. Paul, you say there are subreddits dedicating they hated you. Are there then more subreddits that are praising you? I wish. I wish like R Glaze Paul was a thing. R Massage Paul. R Pamper Paul. I wish there was 2 or 3 of those, but no. It's mostly hate. It's mostly hate. You know, I'm and I always have been this, even, you know, before I kind of like embraced it. I'm a lightning rod, okay? I'm a person who, when it comes to like entertainment and covering the news, this modern kind of style of that, podcasting, streaming stuff, I'm a streamer that says wild shit that he actually believes most of the time and draws a lot of fire because of the way that I present it. I come off as like smug and self-assured, but I will say some things that people consider to be pretty fucking wild and incongruous, right? And that keeps me in this cycle of agitating people and causing people to kind of reveal their positions through anger, through frustration, through their negative feelings towards me. The truth comes out of their mouth. It comes tumbling. And I've always found this to be true. You know, you've hurt my feelings before, but I forgive you. Well, I'm sorry for that. You know, I don't relish hurting people's feelings, but I also am not super overly concerned with them either. You know, if your feelings have got to get hurt for the point to be made, then I guess your feelings are about to get hurt, you know? You know, my position in the discourse, as we call it, is as an agitator. I am coarseness in the discourse. I am a monkey wrench in the typical kind of back and forth discussion. I'm a little bit of a wild card, a little bit of a non sequitur in the conversation. And I happen to think that people like me, especially people like me, not to toot my own horn, that do it well, are super important to the discourse. Is being a streamer a comfortable job, or is it better to just work at a factory all day like most of us plebs do? I mean, that's a tough question, dude, because like I can't, like I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that that it's a physically demanding job. It isn't. But I'm also not gonna lie to you and tell you that it's just like the most kickback, stress-free environment that you could possibly work in. It takes a certain type of person to do it and not have it drag them. You know? How's the Mandarin going? Really good. Yeah, thanks. I'm doing okay. Slow but steady, you know. Yeah, dude, I'm only 17. Don't tell anybody that, but I mean, it puts some years on you. I'll be 18 in a month. Okay, so this is what streaming does to you, all right? Don't be fooled by the massive beard. He's actually a minor. Ça va bien et toi? Coucou. Comment ça va? Oh shit, let me spark a bowl. I ain't know. Bro, you looked at me, you ain't know it was that type of stream, bro. Of course it's that type of stream. What type of stream would it be, sir? Paul, her mom called. She said, ooh, gotta be home for dinner soon. I told her one more game, dough. Also, what are we doing for 18th B-Day? You know what? I'm gonna let you stay, but only this one time. J'ai besoin de voyager à l'étranger. Le soufre ici. Le vent de... Oh, you're going to Egypt? Je vends d'Egypte. You're going on a voyage to strange lands. Okay. At least that's what I think you said. I thought the kids were in school today. No. Kids are never in school. They not like us. They not like us. That's the banger of the century right there, boys. A dude that sounds like he's holding his nose when he raps. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. I smoke on that broccoli. Yeah, dude. I'm just glad that I'm not alone, that there are plenty of people out there that have not, like, bitten on this cultural fucking obsession with Kendrick Lamar. Like, there's plenty of hip-hop heads out there that are like, nah. Man, these flies, bro. Where's my swatter? I'm gonna arm up here. I might be able to swat like 3. Oh man. Fuck, I didn't get one. They not like us. They not like us. Ooh, gotcha, bitch. Victory dance. Smoke weed every day. Hey, 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 hey. Oh yeah, come up here, fucker. They not like us. They not like us. He got you singing it. I guess you could use that as a Kendrick Lamar consolation prize if you wanted. Nope, don't listen to Suicide Boys. Don't give a fuck. Yeah. No, it's all good. Fly around at your leisure. Flies. Land right on my head. Paul, do you like what I like? Yeah, I think I like what you like. Wow. Paul, do you like what I like? No, I don't like what you like. Oh. That would be the stream if I had no fucking editorial control. It would literally be just a gang of people up in here going like, do you like this thing that I like? No. Oh. get those fucking goddamn flies. Are humans and animals one with nature or separate from nature, Paul? One. Yep. Streaming the debate tonight. I think we're going live at 3 p.m. PST. You can figure out your own fucking time zone. I'm not Google. But yeah, 3 p.m. PST or thereabouts. I'll go live on the Deep Fat Fried channel, and we are going to cover le debate. Le debate. Le debate. Yes, I put beard oil in my beard, and I use a pig bristle brush so that I don't pull my beard out and make it all ratty. Think you do some Chinese history or culture related DFFs? Sure, yeah. Definitely like been pretty fascinated for a few months, so. Yo, Shaggy. What up, Scoob? Zoinks! The DFF will make the debate enjoyable. We will try. Beard oil brand. Honest Amish. Get it on Amazon. It's 100% like natural. They don't add any chemicals or any bullshit. So it's just like mineral oil and good stuff for your beard. Why is Joe Rogan's podcast so huge? Because Joe Rogan is a really, really brilliant stand-in for the average Joe. Even his name is Joe, right? That's, you know, and I'm not even denigrating Joe Rogan. It's brilliant. He is the average, credulous, uneducated Joe. And he knows just enough to get himself in trouble, and he's willing to credulously listen with his jaw on the floor to anybody who sounds smart, and he platforms that sort of discourse. Yes. Mainstream TV, radio, and cable TV are dead functionally. Like my parents, right, are in their 60s. And when I go over to their house, they are watching TV sometimes, you know. And they have the old cable package where they scroll through the weird list and pick things. And I'm telling you, dude, it is a wasteland out there. The people that of my parents' generation, 60-year-olds and stuff, those people are passing away. And when they do, there's going to be literally nobody watching that shit. So it is, it's like a zombie genre. Yeah, boomer TV. It really is. You'll watch it, and it'll literally be some old show, and then the commercials, it's not even normal commercials anymore. It's literally 100% of shit tailored to old people. Here's how you get a reverse mortgage. Here's a medicine that can help with your joint inflammation. Here's a medicine that can help with your stomach problems as you get older. Here's a multivitamin for old people that'll keep your bones strong. You know what I mean? It literally, they advertise to nobody but ancient people on it. And those people are not long for this world in terms of the media landscape. So yeah, it's a functionally dead genre. Dead medium, I mean. You know, broadcast television and broadcast radio have not done, I don't even know if there's something they could have done, but they certainly have not done anything like a good job of keeping up as mediums. I think they probably could have. Maybe I'm not smart enough to know exactly what they could have done differently to remain relevant. But I do believe that if they had changed up their fucking business model and shit, they wouldn't be completely dying. But the writing's on the wall with that shit. Like CNN, they always lie when they said Joe Rogan was taking horse dewormer. I think Joe almost sued them for that, and rightly so. Oh, well, now that's a whole different fucking thing now. So now we're talking about the fact that our fourth estate, that's what it's kind of enumerated in the Constitution, which is the media, it's supposed to be independent of government, is such a fucking shill arm of opinion and obvious political subterfuge and all this shit. Like that is a sad state of affairs. Isn't CNN cable? Well, yeah, I mean, it means cable news network. But CNN has, like the main giant media corporations have managed to separate themselves from the older broadcast mediums, or at the very least mirror themselves onto the internet, and they're still relevant, right? People still watch, CNN's YouTube channel and its highlights, and people still read its online articles. At very least, they read the fucking headlines of them. So they've managed to adopt enough, internet savvy to not go completely tits up like broadcast television has done as a whole. But yeah, the cost of that relevance has been shedding any preconceived notion of journalistic verisimilitude and becoming propaganda arms for corporate entities and political entities, as well as entertainment shows. Like I guess the term that started being used in the early 2000s was infotainment. Is Kamala 99% Hitler? Fuck, I don't know, bro. Do you? How is she gonna govern? Isn't it a big question mark to everybody? The internet allows you to get informed from as many sources as you can digest, right? Oh. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of mirroring and repetition on the internet. A lot of times these alternative news sites are just literally copy pasting news copy from a bigger news organization. So, it's not super simple to survive this type of shit anymore, like in the media landscape, and to come out intact and knowing what's going on to a reasonable degree, Fuckers. I'm gonna get a couple of these fucks. They can't keep being this evasive. I don't blame you for being confused. I think that's kind of the point. Somebody earlier was saying the last debate feels like it was 9 years ago. The reason for that is that we as human beings are not our brains are not designed to process every bit of news and every bit of nuance and every little development that goes on every second of the day. But that's exactly what we're doing. The 24-hour news cycle has rotted people's brains. The fact that, dude, recent history, we're talking 2016, a lot of political commentators on both sides of the aisle can't even talk about it because they're just unaware. And that's super recent political history and very informative of what's going on right now, but nobody gives a fuck about it because it's ancient history. The internet has created this kind of feedback loop where people have to get the new thing, the new piece of info, What's the newest, breaking, and you're getting nothing, right? Your brain's just like mush. You're reading headlines at a fevered pitch, trying to contextualize what's going on. It's brain broken, people. That's why it feels like it was 7 fucking years ago that Trump and Biden debated, even though it was like 2 months ago. The reason it feels that way is because 7 years worth of fucking bullshit has been packed into your face in the intervening 2 months. 7 years worth of worthless political commentary, worthless news coverage, fucking infotainment bullshit, opinion disguised as news, just rabid, constant update, update. You know, your brain is broken. You don't know how to fucking think like a human being. You don't know how to put yourself at the center of the circle ever. Your brain is pulled in 90 million different directions, and that's why people like me exist. I'll say this again. I love saying this to folks. Why do you think people like me exist? Opinionated people that try and keep abreast of modern stuff and try and talk about politics and philosophy and stuff. Why do you think people like me exist? Why do you think channels like mine are popular? Why do you think people like me can make a living just talking? Right? It's because you need somebody to contextualize the fucking white noise that is the media landscape. You try and find somebody that gives you a certain vibe. You feel like you would vibe with this guy or this girl. You feel like you could fucking sit down and have a beer with this person, and they seem like they got a half decent head on their shoulders. You like the way they think, so let's listen to their opinion on what all of this means. There's nothing wrong with listening to other people's opinions, but using them as your own is a dangerous game. Super dangerous game to play. You know, I'm a pretty genuine guy, at least that's what I profess, right? But I could do some pretty damaging shit with just the limited amount of influence that I have. I could have you chasing your fucking tail for a couple of years. You know, if I were some sort of like agent of disruption or some sort of fucking, you know, COINTELPRO kind of guy with some sort of intervening underlying political goddamn plan that I'm not sharing with you, I could lead you down the primrose path. I'm not talking about every last one of you. There's definitely some critical thinkers in my chat, but the vast majority of you, I could convince you of some shit. I could take you down a rabbit hole. I could spin up a fucking conspiracy theory here, there, and everywhere. Not something I choose to do. The hubris. You think so? You think it's hubris for me to say that I have influence over a small but healthy and growing group of people? And that if I were a bad faith actor, I could fill their heads with some pretty dumb nonsense and a lot of them would buy it? You think there's hubris in that? On break at work. Good to see you, Paul. Oh, cool. All right, buddy. Well, enjoy your break. Enjoy your break. I hope that break is a sign of your day being like a good half over or 3/4 over or something, you know. That or you're insulting the intelligence of the majority of your listeners. So, okay, let me ask you a question, all right? I've got an audience that follows me, right? And my work gets outside of that audience. I get feedback from people that come from all over the political and philosophical spectrum, and they see my shit and they react to it, okay? Are you telling, would you call that a sphere of influence? Because if the answer to that question is yes, then this conversation is over, right? If you admit that people that are media figures, even Z-list internet figures like me, have influence over their audience, then what are we even arguing about? You feel bad? Sharing a similar mindset and kowtowing are not the same. When did I say that it did? When did I say that kowtowing and sharing a mindset? See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Having a conversation with you fucking kids sometimes is super hard because I feel like you've got an agenda. You're not listening. You're not responding. You've just got something you want to hammer home. I've got a lot of hubris for saying what I just said. That's your fucking motivation here. You're not going to have an interplay with me. You're just going to pivot every time I ask you a question. There's a name for this on the internet. It's called sea lioning. It's a very, very common form of, I call it trolling sometimes, but sometimes it isn't. Sometimes people just don't understand that's what they're doing. It makes them feel smart to sea lion. You're implying people who listen to you are only doing so because they cannot think for themselves. No, that's what you're taking from it. I'm telling you that I have influence over a broad group of people, and that if I were a bad faith actor, I could probably convince a good portion of those people of some silly shit. I could probably lead those people down a rabbit hole. That's what I'm telling you. It's not pivoting, it's trying to elaborate on the initial point. By ignoring any question that I ask you, how's that elaboration? I asked you a question. Would you call my audience a sphere of influence? And I explained to you that if your answer is yes, then this conversation is over. And if your answer is no, I'm going to need you to account for how I have no influence over my audience, but other people have influence over theirs. So I've kind of got you backed into, oh, so the answer is no. Okay. So how do I have zero influence over my audience, but other people have influence over their audience? Or here's an even better one. Here's two questions. You can pick one. How do people exist in a political and philosophical vacuum and still consume content? Come on, sea lion. Answer one question. Come on, sea lion. Let's do it, bud. Come on. You don't have a sphere of influence. Okay, so I'm the one content creator with a big fucking audience that makes a living doing this that doesn't influence. Okay, so you explain to me why that is. Why is my sphere not an influence sphere, but the guy next to me that does the same thing to me, you'd be perfectly fine him talking about his sphere of influence? Where are you at, sea lion? See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. These people go through life leaving these like little side comments and never getting fucking engaged. You have 100 or so people listening to you for brief periods of time. There's 152 people listening to me right now. This is a side channel. My main channel has paid my bills and my co-host's bills for almost 10 years. So do you want to keep talking to me? What up now? How many people you got listening to you on an average daily basis? Who's got influence and who doesn't? What's your sphere of influence? How wide is it? Every human being has a sphere of influence. So you're denying that I have one is kind of revealing Well, I don't even know about your channel. Well, now you feel stupid, don't you? You talked out one side of your mouth, but you had no idea who you were talking to. And so now you're having to do, what is that thing where you're on a bike, but you're not going forward? Oh, you're backpedaling now, huh? You're backpedaling. 10 years as a podcaster, 20 years on YouTube in 2026. Talk to me about it. Talk to me about how I've got no sphere of influence, bro. I want to hear more. I'm the one content creator that makes a living doing this that doesn't influence people. I want to hear more. Because if you were relevant in the world, at the minimum, there would be thousands during a stream. Ban him. Too stupid. See how they spin out so quick? And I bet that motherfucker travels around. Boom, 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 boom. Never gets challenged. Just throws out that skibbity shit and feels all self-righteous about it. He learned today, though. He got a little piece of that fucking attention he's seeking today. Yeah, he thinks he's got no influences. He's one of those people. Well, I didn't know about any other channel. Yeah, Onion Nuggets, we'll be covering the debate today, and to my knowledge, as it stands right now, we're going to start around 3 p.m. PST, the stream. 3 to 4, 3, yeah. Well, I don't know. I need to look into it now. I don't want to give you, but yes, we're covering the debate, and we are going to start an hour before the debate. So look up the debate time and then figure that out. I just don't want to give you the wrong thing. My skibbity ass fucking brain is not working right now. Onion nuggets. That's 22 o'clock here in Iceland. I will be checking y'all out. Sick. Cool shirt. Thanks. It's a dope shirt, man. I got to get a few more like it. The company that makes these shirts makes other band shirts with, you know, like tie-dye, different tie-dye styles and shit. I can't remember even what the company is, or I'd shout them out. I wish I could tell you, bro. If I figure it out, ask me in the future and I'll fucking tell you. I just don't know. I can't remember. It was something like jazz shirts or some shit. I don't know. I don't want to send you down a rabbit hole. Nice watch. Thanks. Hey, Paul, I asked earlier, I didn't mean to spam, but have you thought about doing some Suno songs? Nah, doesn't really interest me much. I write songs that make that start the whole world laughing, you know. No, I like writing songs myself. I was in a band in my teens. I still have this like like a bug in my head that is constantly songifying shit, and so I just like doing that myself. It's not a creative tool that I really need. Or if Paul or TJ would win a smoking contest. Well, we've never had like a contest, but he and I have gone smoke for hours on hours on hours. So I would say at the very least, we have similar fucking tolerances, and we'd probably be pretty equal in that. I might be able to outsmoke him now because I don't think TJ smokes as much anymore. Like, he's more of a casual smoker than he was back when I lived with him and stuff. So his tolerance might be a little lower now, but it wouldn't take him long to get his tolerance up. What do you think? What do the other states think of California, and do you care? I don't know, and I don't care. No, I do know. There's a lot of jealousy in the United States when it comes to California because it is the greatest state. That's just not even negotiable. It's not even debatable. There's not even a state that even really comes close. And so there's a lot of jealousy and a lot of like rumor mills and whisper campaigns about California. It's like, oh, it fucking sucks there. They're commies over there. And it's all cope. It's all 100% fucking cope, bro. Like, everybody wants to be here. And a lot of people, I've talked about this, a lot of people bounce right off of this state and leave with a sour attitude because California chewed them up and spit them out. This is a state for hustlers only. Hustlers only need apply. If you're a fucking just like loser, average Joe, don't have that hustle, grind set mentality, you're not going to make it in Cali. Everybody I know that's successful in California has multiple gigs and is hustling for more. That's how you make it in California, wherever you live in California. And if you're not that kind of person, you'll bounce off of here with a salty story. Yeah, that's another misconception is that, dude, I live in a deep red area, bro. Look up the Central Valley of California and what it's voted in the last 20 elections and talk to me about what you think about California. Yeah, everybody here's queer. Everybody here's super lefty. It's like you have no fucking clue what California is. You literally can't even critique it because the idea you have of it in your head is like a fucking fantasy. That's why you live in Missouri, to get away from queer stuff. Why are gay porn tags so much more popular down south than they are out west? Can you tell me why people are looking at more trans porn and gay porn and lesbian porn and stuff down south than they are out west? If it's gay out here, why is there more gay porn being watched down south? And this is just a fact. You can just go look this up. Go look up the favorite porn search terms by region. Tell me how gay California is after you read that shit. Uh-oh, somebody's closet door is closed. Uh-oh, everybody's gay down there. Uh-oh. You ever have a friend that called everything gay and you knew that friend someday was going to come tumbling out as gay? I was that friend for a while. You ever have a friend like me? In my 20s, everything's gay, have to remind everybody how straight you are all the time. But inside, in your mind, all you're thinking about is dick. You ever have a friend like that? The whole South is that, bro. The whole South has got a butthole fetish and doesn't want to admit it. Yeah, the RNC broke Grindr, bro. The Republican National Convention blew up Grindr. There were so many dudes trying to hook up at the RNC and get their rocks off that Grindr went down. It was like an unintentional DDoS attack, dude. There were so many fucking gay dudes at the RNC trying to get their booty blasted out. Huh? You didn't hear about this? Dude, the RNC, during the RNC, Grindr went fucking due to the amount of users hitting it all at the same time. Every other dude at the RNC was trying to get his backside blown the fuck out. He's trying to take a back shot. Every dude. But go ahead and tell me how gay California is again. My ears are wide open. Cali's the best state. What's the second best? You want me to talk about the first loser? Why? Why would I care as a California resident? You decide which one of you swamp fucks has got the best half-ass state. Why would I care? I know who sits at the top of the rank. It's for the rest of you to decide which mud pit is better to wallow in. You know, I don't give a fuck. You decide. Shithole A or shithole B or shithole C. People just, and I understand it comes off as like mean. And that's why a lot of people, like, in order to cope, develop this irrational California hate. Never been here, know they couldn't make it here, so they gotta hate it. Oh, it's gay as fuck over there, even though it's way gayer where they're at. Just looking at the statistics, it's way fucking gayer where they're at. But, oh yeah, it's too gay over there. Oh, it's communist over there. Dude, half of us wish. A lot of us Californians wish they'd do some commie shit over here, bro. It ain't commie as fuck. You know what happens over here? Big old fucking millionaires get rich, rich, rich. People that aren't millionaires get poor, poor, poor. Just like your state, motherfucker. So tell me more. How do you deal with existential dread? I allow it to pass over me and through me. And when I turn to see where it passed, I see only myself at the center of the circle. Did you get bullied for having red hair? I did relentlessly. So if I were to show you pictures of me as a kid, you wouldn't know I was ginger at all. As a kid, I was what they called a towhead. So I had like almost platinum blonde hair. And as I got older, right, my hair started showing more red. My mom is a full-blown ginger, Irish. And my dad is a Scot. So blonde like Kyle's hair. I mean, kinda. If I showed you, if I had my other phone, I could try and find you a picture of me when I was a kid and show you. Super blondie. And I was blonde all through high school and shit. It wasn't until like my early 20s that my hair started to turn darker. And in that darkening, a lot of my mom's red hair, the auburn kind of stuff, there's streaks of blonde still in it. My hair's kind of weird if you actually look at it. I don't color my hair, by the way. This is just the color my hair is. You can see a streak of gray here in the front. I really like that. I hope that keeps going gray. But yeah, my hair's got like 5 or 6 different colors in it. So no, I never got bullied for being a redhead. It's only in certain types of light that you can even tell that there's a lot of red in my hair. It's like the sunlight, the way it's kind of like not hitting me, but it's lighting me now, it lightens my hair. Like it brings out the highlights or whatever, and there's a lot of like red and auburn in those highlights. Paul, are younger generations today a lot more medicated and diagnosed with mental illness compared to, say, the 70s or 80s? Yes. And, you know, the reasons for that are hotly debated, right? I mean, some of it makes total sense to me. Oh, my God, I want to get this bitches. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, you fucks. Land on it. Come on. Land on it. Oh, that felt good. Yeah, so like, yeah, is there overdiagnosis going on amongst young kids? Is there over-medication going on amongst young children? I don't know the answer to that. I do know that the broadening of diagnosis is reflective of a better understanding of mental health. So I've had mental health problems since I was a little kid. I was not diagnosed until I was 10 or 11 years old when puberty started and my mental health problems really started to take root. My parents got me help, but there really wasn't much. I was one of the first young people, because it used to be it was illegal for a while, or not approved. I was one of the first young people in America to be prescribed Prozac, which is a drug that, I guess it works for some people, but you got to be real careful on it. It is a bad drug for a lot of people, and it was bad for me. But they didn't know much. I was diagnosed as depressive, which isn't even really a diagnosis, That was my first initial diagnosis, and I wasn't given the proper diagnosis, or at least one that was closer to my actual necessary diagnosis, for a long time. Oh, you son of a bitch. More importantly, I'm from a small town in Australia, so I got shot on every day. Well, yeah, if you're like, more ginger than I am, you probably did, and I do think that is kind of fucking sad. I've actually joked around about the ginger shit and made fun of gingers and stuff, but ultimately, I know it probably really sucks if that's just your day to day. I didn't know. I'm trying to think if I had any friends. I knew that there were a few kids that were pretty heavily ginger in school. I'm trying to think if I had any friends that would have been classified that way at some point. Oh my god, dude! I just fucked up. Come on, dude. That was a kill, and I fucking let it slip through my fingers. Come on, bitch. Land on it. Land on it. These fucking flies. Strawberry blonde. Yeah. Well, I've been called that. Did you know, Paul, that gingers were worth the least in the Viking slave trade? Really? That's kind of sad, man. People didn't want the gingers? That's mean. Poor gingers. Dude, if I was a Viking, I would buy a ginger slave, okay? I would be like the Viking. I would be like the Viking Oscar Schindler. I would seek out the ginger slaves and treat them well. I could have saved one more. I could have saved one more. This ship right here, 5 people. This ring, 2 people. This watch, 5 people. I could have saved so many more. So many gingers could have been saved. Yeah. I could have saved one more copper crotch. One more. Are you in Cali, dude? Yeah. Yeah, buddy. You know it. You guessed correctly. By the way, the weather is beautiful today. Chef's kiss. Look, us gingers have some perks. I mean, it'd be unfair not to, since skin cancer will probably kill me. No, I'm down with gingers, bro. I got no problem with gingers. Okay? No problem at all. Look, I've never really like sought out a ginger in a relationship, but here's what I'll tell you. Here's why, okay? My mom's a ginger, okay? I've also never sought out like I have one long-term relationship with a blonde chick because all of my little sisters, and by the way, I have 5, are blondes. And so my whole kind of preference is locked up in dark eyes and dark hair, bro. Almost every woman I've been with for a significant amount of time has been Italian. And I don't like just go like looking for Italians. It just worked out that way. My mom's a ginger. I'm serious though, bro. I'm dead serious. You seen the ginger convention picture in Ireland? No. Oh. Oh no. You like shoegaze? I like a little bit of shoegaze, yeah. Although that genre is hard to pin down. But like Slanted and Enchanted, that's the name of the album. Pavement has a little shoegaze quality to it. I'd say they're probably my favorite band in that kind of genre. There are many dark-haired, dark-eyed people in Ireland. I thought they were also very gender confused. No. Like, well, there's, I don't know if the terminology is still used, but there are people that they call Black Irish, and it's about their hair, not their skin, right? Like, I had a friend that was Black Irish, full-blooded Irishman, but had super dark brown hair to the point of it almost being black, dark eyes, dark beard. It's just part of, part of the variation that expressed itself on that island. Every time I look around, I find I'm shot. Every time I look around, I find I'm shot. Yeah, Jennifer Connelly. Black Irish, yep. Every time I look around, I find every time I look around, I find I'm shot. Well, you know as well as I do, Blake, that Scotch Irish is hard to untangle if you go back a generation or two. If your family is from there, it's probably from there too. My family is 100%. Like the farthest back I can trace it is County Cumberland, Scotland. And then part of my family moved from Scotland to Ireland and settled in Kerry, and then came to the United States. That was on my mom's side. On my dad's side, they came straight through Scotland. The stereotypes are true. Yeah. Must be a big fan of the movie Braveheart. Eh, not really. Not a super huge fan. I mean, it's a good movie, but I don't like worship it or nothing. I'm not one of those dudes, dude. I'm an American, okay? My ancestry is Scotch, Irish, Scandinavian, but I'm not going to pretend that I identify with those regions of the world better because my people came from there or something. I'm fucking full-blooded American, bro. My sensibilities are American. Everything about me is American, dude. I bleed red, white, and blue, okay? And like people that think that because they like had an ancestor that came from somewhere that they got to turn their whole life into like that it's a little cringe, bro. I gotta be honest. I love Braveheart despite the historical. Yeah, I mean, who cares? I'm not watching a movie like that for historical accuracy, bro. Come on. My dad was born in England, so I'm an American that enjoys beans on toast. That's sad. That's very sad for me to hear, but Americans who try and revive their ancestral heritage when nobody in the family has any modern connection is kind of funny. Yeah, there's a lot of that, bro. I hate those dudes on TikTok that find out they're 2% Italian and make pasta their personality. Yeah. It's like that. Or like, yeah, they find out that they're like 3% Guatemalan, and so now they're going back to Guatemala with their white ass and getting back to their roots and shit. And I'm just like, come on, bro. What are you doing? Come on, bro. You're American as fuck. Why don't you just travel around America and do American shit? Quit trying to export that shit all over the fucking globe, man. Every time I look around, I find I'm shot. How do I deal with a smoking hot coworker? Do I need... are you asking me for the birds and the bees conversation? You know what to do. It's just getting yourself to the position in which you can do it. Or do you need like me to lead you by the hand, bro? Come on. You recommend places to visit when I get to the US next year? Sure, but let me, like, what kind of stuff are you into? Like, what, are you a nature person? Are you a city person? Are you a culture person, an art person, music, history? Like, what is your big thing, you know, or your couple of big things that you're looking to see when you're here? You know, because that makes a difference. America is huge. It's massive. And there's a lot of stuff to see. A lot of natural beauty, a lot of really amazing, you know, human structures and cities and art. And you want to see giant sequoias and you're an artist. Okay, so you're going to want to go to Northern California. That's going to be, I mean, that's not the only place in Cali that you can see sequoias, but it's the place I recommend. You're going to want to, yeah, I would say Northern California, maybe stay in San Francisco and then do a day trip up north into the sequoias. San Francisco is a good jumping off point for a lot of beautiful, beautiful sightseeing stuff, a lot of beautiful nature. So I would say stay in the Bay Area then, land in the Bay Area if you can. And you're going to be right in striking distance of the giant sequoias. So, what do you think the Hadron Collider, and is it true those atoms go faster than light? Yes. Yes. I don't know, dude. I'm not a scientist, bro. You're also an architect? Ooh. I don't know how much traveling you want to do in the United States, but when you said you're an architect, I got to see a Frank Lloyd Wright house one time in Pennsylvania. The house is called Falling Water. I don't know. I think it's changed owners, and I don't know if they do tours, but they used to do tours, and you can look into it. It is worth a trip just to see that house. If you're an architect, you will be fucking blown away. But there are a bunch of Frank Lloyd Wright houses here in California, and then just in the broader United States. So if you're doing like architectural tourism, there's a lot to see. A lot to see. LA is also very exciting from that standpoint. A landscape designer is that house. Yeah, the house built over a river, Falling Water. Yeah, the river runs through the living room, and there's a little bridge over it in the living room, and it runs right out the front of the house in a waterfall. It is fucking insane. Go to Bakersfield. Yeah, don't do that. Don't go to Bakersfield. So I don't know, I'm pretty, yeah, I think you would have a good time with any of that stuff. And then just look into Frank Lloyd Wright houses, look into, the just like architectural anomalies in LA and San Francisco. I mean, there's a lot of beauty for a person like you. The giant sequoias that's not all you're gonna want to see. See, what I'm saying is like you are going to have a beautiful time going to the sequoias from the bay. When you head north out of the bay up, the coastal highway, the Redwood Highway is what they call it, you are going to be absolutely fucking floored at some of the vistas. I mean, it's just, Northern California is the most beautiful place in the world. So. What? I'm ignoring you because you're black? Homie. My G. My dude. My guy. No. Is violence ever the answer? Yup. Unfortunately, but true. Yes, violence is sometimes the answer. But it is my philosophy that a person, when brought to the point where they have to do violence, should do so with great sorrow and reverence, like they're attending a funeral, as it says in the Tao. I'm a guy that, dude, I don't ever want to do violence to people, but Lord help you if you step into my garden, you know? You fool! You cretin! Yeah, how would I know you're black, bro? Your name is like Skibbity Wibbity or whatever. How the fuck am I gonna infer that you're a black dude? I will salt your lands. Yes. I'm white and I'm ignored all the time. See? I'm an equal opportunity ignorer. Beamer, you're gonna be banned. And not because you're black, okay? I want you to take that with you. Who dares defy Paul's ego? Do you dare to defy my will? So you're gonna ban me because I'm black, see? I knew you were gonna say that. No, you're gonna be banned because you're wasting time and you're too stupid to be here. Hell hath no fury, like a Paul scorned. Exactly, dude. It's so true. Do Americans ever use dickhead as an insult? Yeah. You'll hear it thrown around sometimes. Do you secretly have a favorite pet between Cricket and Dinor? No. No, those are my boys. Cricket and Dinor are equal opportunity cheerer-uppers of Paul. Speaking of which, I bet Dinor's ready to wake up. He wasn't ready to get up with me earlier, but I bet he is now. Bro, I was so wrong. Dude, that is the cutest. That is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, it's so cute. So I went in there. Amelia was up late, so she's still snoozing. And I thought Dinor was probably ready to come out and go pee or something. And I opened the door, and he's just like cuddled up right next to her. And he looked up at me all sleepy, and I went, patted my thigh, and he was like, went right back to sleep. Oh, so sweet. So snuggly. You like living with a cat? Yeah. I love watching Cricket. Just Cricket brightens up my day every time I see him. He literally does. Like, my day is brighter the second he gets up and around for the day and comes out to do his kitty business. Scratching on his scratcher post, sitting on his kitty tree, roaming the house and checking the nooks and crannies. Every time I bump into him, my day gets a little better. How old are each of the boys? Dinor is 8 and Cricket is 5. No, Cricket is the cat. Cricket is our black witch cat. And Dinor is our little Shih Tzu mix guy. Our little cutie patootie. Cricket has, it's kind of sad, but it's true. Cricket has there's kind of a little bit of a racist undertone to Cricket's name. Because he's black. My wife's ex named Cricket because of the old racist term moon cricket, which they used to call black people. Okay, so there's a little, you know what? Cricket repudiates that part of his name. He repudiates that part of his name. What languages do you think sound beautiful? French, Italian. Ooh, Italian. Chinese, Mandarin, Japanese, like Arabic, I think is actually really beautiful to hear it spoken. The hell does moon cricket even mean? I mean, to try and explain it would be like, you know how you can't find a cricket in the dark? Like you can hear them, but they're so dark, they're so black and beneath notice that you can't find them. You know what I mean? It's something like that. They were really grasping at straws with that one. Yeah. I've never understood what spick means. You don't put a K on it. And I think it's like Hispanic. I think it's like a shortening of Hispanic. Spick. At least that's where I think it comes from. It's like a shortening and a bastardization of Hispanic, maybe? That's what I've always assumed. Type of person lives by their astrology chart or predictions or whatever. I don't know, man. A person that's looking for answers and needs a little bit of fucking spirituality in their life and doesn't know where to get it, so they get it out of the newspaper. Wow. Yes, wetback is from crossing the border. The idea that people swim across the Rio Grande River, which is a natural border between Mexico, California, and Texas. No spica de English. Is that it? You from Texas? No, I'm from California. Gotta admit, Beaner is so true. I mean, yeah, but everybody loves beans. Who doesn't love beans, though? If humans had not tamed wolves, and throughout the Ice Age, would there be no dog? Yeah, there would be no dogs. Yeah. Humans and Canis have a very intertwined and symbiotic relationship over the last 30 or 40,000 years. And we've created some true monstrosities out of wolves. And we've also created a complete offshoot or multiple offshoots of a species that are completely dependent upon us. Paul Muad'Dib. Your name will be Usul, which means the strength of the bottom of the pillar. Your public name, you must choose. What do you call the mouse shadow on the second moon? We call that one Muad'Dib. Could I be known as Paul Muad'Dib? You are Paul Muad'Dib. Here's a fun fact. Chihuahuas in Mexico did not need wolves to exist. They're their own existence unless you have some facts that I haven't heard yet. Feel free to correct me. Yeah, I haven't heard that either. You may be right. Maybe you're correct. I honestly have not heard that either, so I couldn't confirm or deny. I'm just going with what I've been made aware of over the years, you know. Pucks. There are no cats in America, so set your mind at ease. When I was but a lad, I lost my true love fair. A cattycomb, he caught us by surprise. In a flash of teeth and fur, her tail was all he'd left of her. Neither vera is veri tu talura la. But there are no cats in America, and the streets are paved with cheese. And there are no cats in America, so set your mind at ease. Hair on humans comes from the Middle East due to sandstorms. Cool. Cool. All right, buddy. Glad you enjoyed yourself, homeboy. That's what life's about, right? Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Tacos y mariscos? Sí, mariscos. Más o menos. Yeah, you can have a cantaloupe, man. Get you a honeydew. Honeydew's better. Neither one is good, but I prefer a honeydew to a cantaloupe all day. Get you a honeydew. If you're gonna go that route, get you a honeydew. And you want a little secret, bro? Keep your salt shaker nearby. Sprinkle a little bit of salt on that honeydew. Do the same thing on the cantaloupe. A little bit of salt on the cantaloupe. You do the same thing on a watermelon. Try it. Little bit of, yeah, you could put some tahini as well. You could put some tahini. What food do you miss most from restructuring your diet? I honestly can't really think of one. Like, I don't really miss, I guess maybe just like once or twice a year I'd go get a nice steak dinner. And I guess like, but like that's the thing is I'm not a like a vegetarian because of like ethical concern. I'm a vegetarian due to textural issues. So, you know, maybe, you know, someday in the future I'll go get myself a little filet mignon. You know? But I don't miss anything. You know, I still have lasagna, I still eat pizza, I still do this, that, and the other. Nah, don't miss the Baconator. You know what the truth is, dude? I would eat that type of shit, and it would taste real good, and then I would feel like ass for like hours afterwards. So, yeah, I have a little bit of the GERD as well, too. Dude, my acid reflux was off the charts before I started trying to get healthy. Off the charts, bro. I was just like burping up acid, fucking shooting out acid everywhere. It's fucked, bro. Fucked up. Anyway, I think I'm done. I've been out here a long ass fucking time, bro. Have a good morning. I'll see you next time.